The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in the green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Unu prepare a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them, unu anointed I head with unu oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadama way grow my be. How ma who for so bolisa? Ma who got so bolisa? I don't know what to. It was simply a four. I want you more. Oh, you are ladong. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have actually taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we are affectionately called the headquarters of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food. In all this palatability for the nourishment of the whole family in its very whole entirety. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. I'm glad to say we are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. Oh my God, have mercy. We must apologize for the late start of the show. Today we have so many stories. 8 solid stories. Oh my God. My brother, my sister, it took us time to be able to gather all this and be able to work all these things up so we can give you a beautiful story. Sit back, share the broadcast. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, hit on the subscription button. Right after that, you hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded and you will bear testimony to the fact that we have spent so many hours working on today's show. Please, one more time, do forgive us for the late start of the show. It was all for the good of this show in the service of God and country. 8 hot stories, my brother, my sister, and I need you to come along. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Recommend us to family and friends. Above all, subscribe and hit on the notification bell. I am most excited. Now we are live on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. You can also find us on X, formerly called Twitter. We are on Instagram too. And on TikTok, we keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is where the truth lives. This is the headquarters of the truth. This is the mansion of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth. This is the habitat of the truth. This is the hometown of the truth. This is the bedroom of the truth. This is the truth. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Now we're going to be running very fast because we've taken some time. One more time, our apologies. This is the Black Empire Media. We are the biggest online when it comes to patriotism and, of course, Pan-Africanism. And we're going to prove that today, my brother, my sister. We have a lot of stories to share with you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Only God can stop us now. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Oh yes. Now, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori, Doriente. Now, Tesori d'Oriente is more than just a shower gel. It is Italian technology coupled with African raw materials, giving you that premium quality made most affordable. Pour a little bit of the shower gel in your palm. Shake up the bath water. Watch how rich the lather foams up. Allow it to nourish your skin and make your skin glow like the morning sun. My brother, my sister, right after that, the fragrance remains on you for 48 hours and beyond. Are you going for an interview? Or are you going to prove to that new chick in town that you are the area guy? Is there a new guy in town? Area mama, you want to go show him some levels? No problem. It is all about Tesori d'Oriente. It comes in several fragrances. Remember, not flavors, because these are natural. We have the Ikigai, the Karma, the Forest Therapy. We also have the Royal Oud, and of course, the Persian Dream. Which one do you prefer? I love the Royal Oud. I'm also in love with the Forest Therapy. And it makes you smell like heaven, the Garden of Eden. No two ways about that. Now, Tesori d'Oriente is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and of course, it has that long-lasting oriental fragrance that never leaves you, even after 48 hours and beyond. It is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. For bulk purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. Yes, 0244 772599. This is Tesori d'Oriente. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Everybody needs insurance. But remember, it's not every insurance that is an assurance. Some of it may try to cover you like a plaster, but it is ultimately a disaster. That is why I'm introducing you to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. My brother, nobody is a preserve of calamity. Yes, natural disasters do hit, but when they do come, remember to be totally insured by Millennium Insurance. Is it volcanoes? Maybe it's earthquakes. Maybe it's some kind of tsunami. Maybe floods. Maybe fires. No problem at all. Millennium Insurance. Personal accident and group personal accident insurance 24/7. Disability and even death. You are totally insured. No problem at all. Hey, do you need a motor insurance policy? No problem at all. Maybe you need a third party. Maybe comprehensive. No problem. Hey, you want to insure your car, your vehicle against fires, burglary, theft, no problem. Millennium Insurance is your trustworthy partner. Can I tell you more? Oh my God. Are you traveling? Do you need travel insurance? Of course, you need one. Please go to Millennium Insurance and get yours. Oh Lord. And we have offices dotted all over Ghana. Oh God. And this is sweet. Visit any of our offices. Better still, visit our sales portal at sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com, and everything is everything. This is Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner, and I am a proud Millennium Insurance person. How about you? It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Remember, we are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Lemfi. And when we talk about Lemfi, we are talking about transferring money from abroad right into Ghana. Are you sending it from America, Canada, Europe? No problem at all. Now, if you are a first-time sender, I have good news for you. Super good news. Now listen, if you send $100 and beyond using Lemfi, I give you $20 back, Canadian or American, just because you are a first-time sender and you have trusted us at Lemfi to be able to transfer your money. And with Lemfi, remember, listen, it comes very quick in just seconds. The recipient gets it. Inside the Momo account or the bank account, no transfer fees, and you get the most competitive rates. And if you're sending in euro, 100 euro and beyond, 100 British pounds sterling and beyond, you get 20. I beg your pardon, 10. Oh yes, you get 10 euros and 10 British pound sterling back. This is what is known as the cash back. Oh my God, this is what we do just to say thank you. And when you continue, oh my God, you win more bonuses. But remember to use one RASTA as your referral code. Yes, your referral code is one RASTA. Oh my God, have mercy. This is Lemfi, and I love Lemfi. My brother, tell your business partners, tell your family and friends abroad who are sending you money in Ghana. If it's not Lemfi, don't send it and continue to get more bonuses. Now, Lemfi is doing a lot of community engagement in Ghana, building communities, developing communities right here in Ghana. That's why I'm a proud Lemfian. Remember, you send $100 and beyond, you get $20 back, Canadian and American, no problem. That is what is called a cashback. And if you send 100 euros or 100 pounds sterling, yes, and beyond, we give you 10 pounds sterling back, 10 euros back, just to say thank you. Right here at Lemfi. You don't need to run to that building, sweating like a pregnant alligator. Oh my God. Yes, join a queue before you send money to Ghana. In the comfort of your home, you need only your phone. Yes, just your phone. Or maybe your laptop. Oh, and the money is right here in Ghana in just seconds. Lemfi, no transfer fees. Lemfi, the most competitive rates. If it is not Lemfi, don't send it. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. One more time, hit on the subscription button, right after that on the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you will certainly be reminded to watch. This is the headquarters of the truth. Let's get ready to rumble. 8 stories. Oh my God. Story number 1. Watch this. Afenyo-Markin rises against IBRAHIM MAHAMA'S Damang mine concession. Hey. Afenyo-Markin is the leader of the micro minority in parliament. He's so desperate to make a name for himself. In fact, by doing all the wrong things, he's been in the news for some time now. In fact, throwing tantrums just because we were told that he was threatened, that he was going to be removed as the minority leader because he was not doing enough. Vote of no confidence. All of a sudden, the Ghanaian politicians that we are not paid to think, we are paid to talk. So he's been talking, insulting judges, in fact, cursing judges and daring them to jail him. My brother, my sister, this is the lowest point in our modern political history and journey. These people are making Ghana so terrible right now as we stand. My brother, my sister, the NPP is that party no right-thinking human being should join. These are the people who are threatening arson in the country on live TV. These are the people who are threatening to weaponize the youth so they take Ghana hostage like Al-Qaeda. My brother, my sister, this is Osahin Alexander Afenyo-Markin. He's an MP. His party ruled Ghana for 8 solid years. They have nothing to write home about. They are back in opposition and they will remain in opposition for the next 6 million years. My brother, my sister, Ghanaians are not ready for these guys anymore. Now, Afenyo-Markin some time ago said that the first visa that he ever had to travel out of this country was facilitated by one IBRAHIM MAHAMA, who every Ghanaian knows. He is a brother of the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama. This is the guy we are talking about. His name is IBRAHIM MAHAMA. He's a crazy philanthropist. If anybody is a bigger philanthropist than this guy, it must be God. My brother, my sister, Ghanaians run to him day and night looking for goodies to sort out their problems. Yet I haven't seen one man ask this man, can we solve your problem for you too? That is the problem we have about Ghanaians and rich people. Rich people are seen as people who have no problems whatsoever. This is IBRAHIM MAHAMA. The first time Afenyo-Markin was traveling out of the country, he was the one who provided a bank statement, because to travel out of the country, you need to be able to demonstrate that you are financially capable, as most people flying out of the country just go there to seek greener pastures economically. And IBRAHIM MAHAMA facilitated that. And that was what Afenyo-Markin told us. But I'm glad he didn't stop there. He didn't say, you know what, because he sponsored and facilitated my very first visa acquisition, whatever he does, I am not going to criticize. No, sir. We've gone beyond that. Today, I saw a newspaper, and the newspaper was screaming the headlines. Afenyo-Markin is not too excited about IBRAHIM MAHAMA'S ENP gaining grounds and taking over the Damang mines. This is the newspaper, the Daily Gist. And it says, Afenyo-Markin takes on IBRAHIM MAHAMA over Damang mine deal. And that is him wearing a beautiful fugu and a hat and glasses to match. I wish he would dress like this and throw away the tie and the suit. I open it up. It's a whole story on the 3rd page of this newspaper. It took me time to be able to read because they were in small cases. But we took time to read that. My brother, my sister, this is the news in the newspapers right here in Ghana. Afenyo-Markin is asking for a certain independent investigation into how IBRAHIM MAHAMA grabbed the Damang mine concession. Now, we've told you about the Damang mine already. How much gold is in there and how IBRAHIM MAHAMA was able to grab the concession. In fact, one of the biggest stumbling blocks to IBRAHIM MAHAMA'S acquisition of the Damang mine concession was his own brother, John Dramani Mahama. He didn't like it. He doesn't want to leave a legacy where somebody one day will get up and say, you know what? When he was president, he was interested in feeding family and friends. So, the president himself washed his hands off the bidding. And this is the Damang mines. He has so much gold in there, in billions of American dollars. It was the gold fields that was handling this for so many years, my brother. And it came to a time, the gold fields said, you know what? We don't want to renew anymore. Our time is up and we are not showing too much interest anymore. The president of the republic, newly voted in, decided to give them the leeway out. All of a sudden, gold prices started to skyrocket and gold fields decided to pussyfoot on what they said earlier and to make a U-turn to say, oh, we are still interested in this. The president and the people of Ghana said no. Now we want local ownership. My brother, my sister. And there was a bidding. IBRAHIM MAHAMA'S ENP took part in the bidding. Engineers and planners. We all know engineers and planners, right? This is their logo. Oh yes, a man wearing a helmet. And there it is. But when we talk about engineers and planners, what is the history like? When did it start? What is it at all about engineers and planners? My brother, my sister, I'm going to run you a dossier. Run the dossier and watch it clearly, my youth. Watch this. Now, in Ghana, ENP primarily refers to Engineers and Planners Company Limited, an indigenous Ghanaian mining and construction contracting giant. It is one of the most prominent private corporate success stories in West Africa. And it was founded in February 1997 by prominent Ghanaian businessman IBRAHIM MAHAMA. Now, he started the firm at just 26 years. That was how old he was, using a nominal amount of capital to establish a heavy-duty equipment rental service. Rental service. And he was renting this to mining giants that were coming into the country. Since it was quite difficult for these mining giants to fly all their heavy equipment from wherever they were coming from. He was very strategic. Now, seeing a major strategic opportunity as the Ghanaian government began privatizing state-owned mining assets, Mahama shifted the business model from mere plant rentals to full-scale contract mining and civil construction services. He was smart with that. He started at only 26. Now watch this. Now the company built an early reputation through major public and private infrastructure operations. Its breakout public civil project was the construction of the Sankara interchange, now the Akwaje interchange in Accra. It quickly diversified into heavy earthworks, landfill construction, land reclamation, and building tailing storage facilities. That's dams, for the ordinary man to understand, for massive multinational corporations. He was in bed with all these multinationals coming in to do business. And this was how he rose. From the 2000s, E&P evolved into a preferred contractor for global mining entities operating across West Africa's gold belt. Now, the company secured massive open cast hard rock mining operations for global giants like Goldfields. So they were working for Goldfields at the Takwa and Abosu mines and Golden Star Resources at the Wasa mine. Now, E&P expanded its footprint beyond Ghana's borders, successfully deploying machinery and local workforces to execute mining contracts in Liberia. So E&P is also in Liberia. My brother, my sister, by 2026, E&P had transformed from a local contract, my brother, my sister, outfit into a dominant regional force. E&P officially controls roughly 45% of all active mining operations in Ghana. Can you believe that? 45% local in the hands of E&P. Yes, employing thousands of workers and focusing on a strictly localized workforce. Oh yes, local workforce. Now, this is where the story is. The Damang mine takeover. Now, in a historic milestone for indigenous resource ownership, the government of Ghana officially handed over the full asset lease of the Damang gold mine to engineers and planners, E&P, which had served as a contractor at Damang mine since 2017. 2017, close to 10 years now. They acquired the property through a highly publicized, competitive process after the South African giant Goldfields moved to exit the asset. Did you hear that? Highly what? Publicized, competitive process after Goldfields decided that, you know what, we are not interested in this anymore. This is E&P. Now, how did the bidding happen? Before I tell you that, my brother, my sister, something is going to happen. And that thing that is going to happen is very interesting. Now, Ghanaians are able to take over their mines, their gold, and the money that they are making will remain here. Unlike those other guys who came here like Goldfields and the rest, took the gold and carried a big chunk of the money away. E&P is employing almost 100% local workforce. Employment, building infrastructure, and even more. As a Pan-Africanist, I am excited when power is given to the local businessman. Now, the majority leader in parliament is called Ayaraga, Honorable Ayaraga. He's from the Boku area. My brother, my sister, he has been responding to some of these bickerings in parliament. Now we are told Afenyo-Markin and his micro-minority in parliament are asking for a full-scale independent inquiry, investigation into how IBRAHIM MAHAMA acquired the Damang mines. The majority leader in parliament has spoken. What did he say? Watch this.
When there's evidence to show that even under the NPP administration, before this administration took over, this same person was given a no objection by the government to acquire the same, concession. The mining company wanted to exit and asked the sitting government for a no objection because they think this is the best person to take over the concession when we leave. Because this is the person who has been mining it for us anyway. This happened under the NPP. Then, when the NDC took over and the world market price for gold started shooting up, the same mining company came back and said, no, we want to keep the mine. And government said, no, you already give an indication that you want to leave. And where we are, our own nationals who have capacity to also start owning these mines. Because when you make money, you take it to your country. But when that person makes money, he'll keep it in our country. So we want, especially since you yourself have admitted that that person has capacity to continue in your absence, indicated that we didn't say that. You said that. So this is the background. These are the basic facts, and this is the background of the Damang mine. And so when today NDC now takes over, if under the NPP, you knew very well that IBRAHIM MAHAMA was the brother of your main opponent, John Dramani Mahama, and yet you had no objection to he taking over that mine. Now John Dramani Mahama now comes into office and IBRAHIM gets that mine. Then you say that he's getting it because his brother is the president.
Joy News covered this beautiful thought and delivery. Thank you so much to Joy News. My brother, this is Ayarga, Honorable Ayarga. IBRAHIM MAHAMA had been working for close to 10 years with Goldfields in different positions. When Goldfields was not showing any more interest in the mines, IBRAHIM MAHAMA started to show interest and asked Goldfields to be a referee. When you go looking for a job, you need a referee, right? IBRAHIM MAHAMA asked Goldfields to be a referee. And Goldfields endorsed that and said, we have no objection to this man taking over the mines because he knows exactly the ins and outs of this mine. But I've told you a secret before. Maybe I need to repeat it. Now, Goldfields was not interested in the mine at the end of it all because gold prices had come down, one. And number two, Goldfields believed that it had taken all the gold from there, exhausted the mine. Now, the only other place they could find some more gold, it wasn't going to make economic sense and even technological sense to be able to go in there and get it. This is it. That is where the mine is. But IBRAHIM MAHAMA, when he started showing interest in this mine, Goldfields asked, but you know that there's not so much gold left. If you take over this mine, you're going to lose. Then he said, you know what? There's a way we can break into that part. The water that is around it, we'll find a way around it technologically, go in there. I can do that and we'll tap that gold. That's what I'm interested in. Having told Goldfields this, let the cat out of the bag, Goldfields' greed started to grow again. That's how business people are. Unfortunately for Goldfields, the time to renew had elapsed. But they still asked the government to give them a bit of time so they could pack properly and go. From that time, IBRAHIM MAHAMA has been able to break into that portion using technology, energy, and power. And the first bit of gold is already out. Everything has been given to Gold Board. All the profit remains in Ghana. My brother, my sister, this is what Afenyo-Markin and the micro minority in parliament are questioning. It's okay. I like it when people probe. I don't like it when people say because they have received favors from other people, they have to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear to whatever they do, no matter how criminal and how untoward it is to society. I honor him, much as he knows exactly how the bidding process went. The bickering around him from the minority might just push him on to say, you know what, let's investigate it. It's not about me alone. Because it's open knowledge, public knowledge, my brother, my sister, an open book, how IBRAHIM MAHAMA was able to pick up the bidding and he made it happen. Even though his brother, the president, was the biggest stumbling block because he didn't want one day to be told that he gave Ghana out, sold Ghana out to his own brother. I'm going to take you through the bidding process. And it's going to take only 2 minutes. Run the dossier and watch it. Who won the bidding? It was ENP. Now, the winner of the Damang gold mine bidding process is Engineers and Planners Limited, ENP, owned by Ghanaian businessman IBRAHIM MAHAMA. Now, following the expiration of the original lease held by Goldfields Ghana Limited, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Minerals Commission launched a high-stakes competitive tender under the Minerals and Mining Licensing Regulation LI 2176 to select a strategic investor. Now, the official evaluation concluded with a formal handover ceremony held at the mine site on April 18, 2026. And look at how many people presented bids to take the mine. Remember, it was supposed to be strictly local people, Ghanaian people. Vortex Resources Mining Group was disqualified. Right from the initial stages, Maripoma Mining Services came in, disqualified at the first phase for failing to meet basic compliance and submission guidelines. This is what we're talking about. Hit Goldfields Limited was eliminated during the second phase after failing to cross the required 80% minimum technical competence benchmark, which blocked their financial proposal from being evaluated. ENP won, satisfied all mandatory technical and financial parameters with a top-weighted score of 93.15%. Look how huge it was. In fact, Engineers and Planners, leaders of the game, the biggest miners in the whole of West Africa. Everybody knows that. Are we not proud that the biggest miner right here in the whole sub-region, IBRAHIM MAHAMA, is from Ghana? He's mining in Liberia and some other places. But my brother, this is what it is. How did ENP emerge victorious? Now, according to reports issued by the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources and the Mineral Commission, ENP dominated the process due to distinct operational and capital advantages. Now, the bidding criteria mandated proof of $500 million American dollar investment threshold to extend the life of the mine. ENP comfortably exceeded this by securing $505 million American dollars in financing backed by Absa Bank and Stanbic Bank Limited. Do you understand it? The minimum was 500 million. He exceeded it and gave 505 in investment to extend the life of the mine. Engineers and Planners declared winner right at its end was not a surprise to anybody. My brother and sister, this is what it is. Now, technical and safety supremacy, they had it. They scored exceptionally high across technical parameters, recording 9.8 in technical planning and a 9.2 in health, safety, and environmental compliance, and 9.2 in local content strategy. They were prepared. They went for the jugular vein. In fact, every other bidder was slaughtered. On-site operation experience. EMP has more experience, more than 10 years and beyond. My brother, they started working at Damang from 2016, late 2016. Some sources say 2017. That makes it exactly 10 years from 2016. Yes, his pre-existing knowledge of the geological landscape, infrastructure layout, and heavy equipment footprint made it the most capable entity to sustain mine operations without job losses. My brother, my sister, this is why EMP took it up. Clear bidding, announced all over Ghana, open to everybody. That is why no businessman is complaining. No businessman in Ghana, in the field of mining, has the power of IBRAHIM MAHAMA'S EMP. Dash it away. At this point, all we can say is congratulations, and we pray that he remains the Ghanaian that he's supposed to be. Come here. This is IBRAHIM MAHAMA. He has a Ghanaian mind. Almost all his investments are right here in Ghana. And Ghanaians keep benefiting from IBRAHIM MAHAMA, whether his brother is in power or not. When he started EMP in 97, my brother, my sister, where was his brother? But he was able to be part of those who built the Sankara Circle, which today is Akwaje. At the age of 26, EMP started. From humble beginnings, I think that we need to encourage local businesses and cut away political bickering and noise around things like this. It's good we debate. It's good we probe. But when the facts are so glaring, we just need to encourage and stop the too much politics, or else at the end of the day, Ghana will fall flat on its own belly and suffer back into slavery. Is the Black Pot, aka Concession, where we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Hey, dress properly for US visa. US Ghana ambassador warns Ghanaians. He's a gentleman that I know too well. His name is Victor Smith. He is a politician with so much experience, and he's an ambassador extraordinaire. He's been ambassador for so long. Not many Ghanaians have his level of experience as an ambassador. There was a time he was ambassador to Czech Republic. He invited me. They got me the visa, but I didn't have time to go to Czech Republic to go visit him. He's a nice guy. When Barack Obama was coming to Ghana, and they were blocking me from meeting him because they feared that I will tell Barack some things that will embarrass them. He was one of those. In fact, he was the last man who opened the gates for me to enter before the gates were closed. I will never forget this man called Victor Smith. When they finally gave me the opportunity, because Barack was insisting he wanted to see me, I was called. And when I arrived at the residence, what they call the castle, which I call the dungeon, my brother, my sister, they were already closing the place. They were getting ready for the 21-gun salute. I don't know if they still do it, but in the days, the policemen or soldiers will fire 21 times in the air. It's a certain kind of celebration. I must go into it and try to understand the history behind the 21-gun salute. But for now, to suffice this, when I arrived, they were already closing the gates. And then he saw me in my turban, recognized me. And then he said, Blakk, what are you doing here? Why are you late? Then before I could even explain, he said, come in, come in. I entered. I was the last guy to enter. And then they closed the gates. I will never forget him. He was Rawlings' special aide. Rawlings sacked him, according to him, with a text message. In those days, the story was so popular on Joy FM. He was a long-time aide of Jerry John Rawlings from when he was in power and even when he left power. This is Victor Smith. Today, he is the Ghana ambassador to America and he's resident in America. He is a very, very much experienced ambassador. He has said something that I feel is controversial. And it's all about Ghana, not present and past favors. We are grateful for all the favors. We are grateful for all the love. But when it comes to Ghana, remember it's about Ghana. What has Victor Smith said? It's all over in the news. My brother, my sister, that when you are going for the American visa, especially at this time of the football, you must dress properly. Dress properly for visa interviews. It can influence approval. Ghana's ambassador to US edges. And this one, dash it away. He granted to Adom. We have the tape. We're going to play you the tape so that we don't misquote him. What did he say in the tape? How did he articulate himself? Watch this.
Yeah. We a good radio station. Yeah. And the Americans say, yeah, you multimedia, you will come back to Ejuma. But there are others who are hustlers. Almost try. Now, at one point, I had to advise some, say, when you're going for an interview, look good. Be a hustler. Just when you see what I did at how can the guy give you the visa? He just deny you in seconds. So you dress properly, at least. And I expect that people will have good intentions. So this will be a hustle because I for me will be and yeah, say we see it almost every and I say put on my calm down. I don't know whether during the World Cup they will calm down completely, but they tackle people to the ground in shopping malls. I'm not with Jamaica. How can you be living like that? Because almost try to say say those who don't have anything to contribute to America per se, no, stay in your country.
He spoke in Twi. He said, if you go looking for an American visa, and he's probably speaking about America because he is the ambassador of Ghana to America. He said, you have to look good. Don't look like a hustler. Dress good. Don't go in clothes that are torn. That can influence the visa. My brother, appearances are most important. Hey! They say the first cut is the deepest. First impressions are lasting. Your smell is the first thing that speaks about you before you open your mouth. But for me, it's your appearance first. And when you get closer, your smell next, and then what you say. Of course, we all, in fact, are controlled by what we see, especially men. Every woman that probably became our wives, we had to see. Behold, admire, before we will make a decision. And in life, that is what it is. You don't buy what you can't see. It is only in religion that it is the other way around. You have to buy before you see in religion. Blessed are those who do not see yet believe. But in real life, blessed are those who see before they believe. Because we have a common saying, seeing is what? Believing. The American does not want you to be a burden on this country. He doesn't want you to come looking so haggardly, so bizarre. He wants you to appear looking good. Be yourself. You don't have to be like the American, wear the suit and all that. I remember when I was in the university, when we were writing our exams and all that, we all were asked to look good and smell good because it was a tense moment, especially when we're defending our thesis. We needed to look good, smell good, so that we will have a certain favor. What you see translates into what goes on in your head. It makes sense. But this is my problem with what Victor Smith, my very good brethren, has said. Come here and watch this. It pains me so much that we would have to limit it to visas before we truly look good. Until I am going to look for a visa, I can wear whatever I want to wear, smell however I want to smell. When it's time to go for the visa, I go for my Christmas shirt. I go for my Christmas cologne. And most of the time, I need to impress. Remember, to impress is different from being myself. The American embassy is looking for you to be yourself. It's not looking for you to put up a charade. It's not looking for a dress rehearsal. The American embassy wants to see who you are. My brother, if you have ever been to the American embassy, it's most embarrassing. I see chiefs who wear suits and go there. And when they are entering, they go with their subjects who are wearing kente, yet they themselves are dressed like the white man because they have to impress. I've been to the American embassy and I've seen Ghanaians who have never worn suit all their lives because they are going for an American interview. They go for a second-hand suit. They don't even know how to wear the tie. They tie it around their neck like a noose, ready for the hanging. And they go and stand there. The worst of them are those who even try to speak like the white man. You meet a guy, say, oh, good morning. Good morning. How are you? Then the moment he goes there, say, how are you doing? Is everything good? And I look at these people and I say, what kind of slavery is this? I won't dress in suit because I want an American visa. I won't look good because I want an American visa. I will look good for myself. I will look good because that is my personality. It's better to encourage people to look good and not make too much noise and put too much unnecessary emphasis on the American visa as if it was a ticket to heaven. When they are coming to our country and they are going for visas, they wear shorts and t-shirts. Their documents speak. With us, it's all about the apparel. My brother, I see it as overemphasis. I see it as slavish. Watch the young ladies go for an American interview, a visa interview. Oh my God. They want to dress sexiest as if they were going on a modeling spree. And when they stand there, watch their eyes and body contact. A lot of them behave like whores. Whorish behavior. What point is Black Rasta making? Victor Smith is an ambassador to America from our country, Ghana. He was asked, they have denied a lot of people visas to come and watch the World Cup. Maybe the best answer he could give them, your appearance. As if Ghanaians don't look good. We are one of the most dressed, well-dressed people in the whole of the world. Ghanaians love their dressing. Wait until you go to Kumasi. Pimpinis originated from Kumasi. Mirror shoe originated from Kumasi before the white man could even give it a name. We gave it a name. We dress well. Yes, we have been impoverished, and I'm choosing my words well. We are not poor. We have been impoverished. I expected Victor Smith to say some of these things. When you are going for the visa, be natural. Be the good-looking Ghanaian that you have always been. It is a nice way of saying that. Be the Ghanaian that you are, rather than putting up a charade. As if we don't do that. We are only doing it for the white guy there to give us a visa. You are overpricing the visa. You are giving it too much value. That is why members of your country are so much in a hurry to kill for that overpriced visa, overrated American visa. Please, it's time for the World Cup. If you go for the visa and you don't get it, come home, stay, and let's watch it on TV together. It's like you are going to Kumasi. You go to the lorry station and the car is gone. What do? You return home to your family, enjoy some good food, and wait till the next day. It's not a life and death situation. An American visa is not a ticket to heaven. Don't put up charades. Don't go there doing dress rehearsal. Be the Ghanaian that you are. The first time I got an American visa, my bank account was zero. I had nothing. The man laughed. Say, how much do you have in your account? I said, until my salary comes, I have nothing. He laughed. How are you going to take care of yourself in America? Well, I'm going with a group, and the group is supposed to be paying for my accommodation and feeding. But of course, that is going to be after the month has ended. My salary would have come, and I'll take it there. This person laughed and gave me the visa. Some people go for their dead great-grandfather's bank statements. Some forge bank statements that only God can identify. And they go there. They do everything to get a visa because that is their life and their salvation. Nobody goes to the land of success unless through America. A visa is not a ticket to heaven. It's the blackboard, aka Concession, where we speak truth to power. Can I say something before we go? Yes, a visa might be important for you to go and cheer the Black Stars, if that is the true reason you're going there. But if you don't get it, the money you would have used to buy tickets and go there, invest that into the Ghanaian economy. God will bless you. The country will get better. It's the Blackboard, aka Concession, where we speak truth to power. Story number 3. Watch this. Real reasons Chinese mattress factories closed in Ghana. Hey, for some time now, there's a mattress challenge in Ghana. Have you seen that? All over the internet, people are now cutting their mattresses to find out if it's the right material in there. Ghana is becoming better. My brother, now on social media in Ghana, There's what is called the mattress challenge. People have slept on mattresses for so long, all of a sudden, their eyes have been opened. Why are people engaged in this mattress challenge in Ghana? It's very simple. Now, the Ghana Standards Authority, GSA, that is supposed to be dealing with standards of food, services, and what have you in Ghana, decided to go all the way to Dôenya. Dôenya is right here in Accra, the Greater Accra region. My brother, my sister, and they realized that a lot of these factories are not doing the right thing. They closed down 5 Chinese, all of them Chinese, mattress making factories. Why? Now, when you look at this, you will see a Chinese man who they are trying to arrest. And I'm soon going to tell you why they have handcuffed these Chinese guys and not the other ones. And this is their spokesperson who called a certain big guy like we do in Ghana. Your boys are here. Remember, I gave you some big money the other day. Your boys are here. Discipline them. That's what they do in the Galamsey field. When the poor policeman whose salary is 2,500 Ghana cedis, an equivalent of 250 American dollars, some of them receive a little higher. When these police people go to arrest Galamsey illegal miners, most of who are Chinese citizens, they pick up the phone and they call a certain big policeman who is senior to the bosses of these little policemen who are there. One word from them, they are gone. It's sad. In Ghana, traffic offense, policeman stops you, trying to charge you. All you need to do is to call his boss or somebody with a higher rank and tell him that one of your little boys is here, is trying to arrest me because I crossed the red light. So let me talk to him. He will pick it up. He say, hey, what's your name? What's your rank? This is blah, 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 blah. Let him go. He's my friend. That's what they do in America, in England, in Japan, in China. If you want grow horns, if you want have 4 heads, the law is the law. That is why they are prospering. Yet when they come here, the asses that we are, remember I didn't add any hole to the asses. The asses that we are, not ready to be lawful and orderly, they help us to destroy our country. And when they go back to their countries, they laugh at us and call us idiots. This behavior must stop. You saw the Chinese woman. She called the boss, whoever it was, said, speak to your boys. She took the phone. She will not even release the phone, just in case the officer runs away with it. That's how much they don't even trust us. My brother, my sister, they say they are using something called polystyrene. I have never heard of it. But I know what it is from what they are talking about. And polystyrene, my brother, my sister, they say it is a certain chemical that is used to make light foam, like the one we use to line our chairs, and also around some products so that they don't break. That is what they are using to make those foams. They are not the right standard. In fact, one of the GSA, that's the Ghana Standards Authority guys, spoke with the same Chinese woman. I would like you to listen to the conversation they were having. And when we return, we will go into exactly what this chemical is. Watch this.
Mobile phone. Only China can decide that they want to use a different material. You understand me?
Yes,
and
yes.
I cannot come to China and come and manufacture with what 70% of the world is using and tell China government that, oh, look, 70% of the world uses this material. So you too, you must use it. No. Every country decides what material they want to use. You understand me?
Yes.
That is why when you come to a country, you will check what the country's standard is. And the only way you will know is if you go and register with the agencies you have to register with. So if you have come to register with Standard Authority, you will learn that this material, you can't use it for mattress that people lie on in Ghana. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes, but
so if you tell me the world is using it, no, the world can be using it. You get me?
Yes, yes.
But this is Ghana. We are making rules here. You get it?
Yes.
And we make the rules based on what we believe is good for us. Do you get me?
Yes,
So you can't use polystyrene. This is polystyrene. You can't use polystyrene
now
for
one
mattress.
fragment of GSA they are around the world.
The officer is busily addressing the Chinese lady and trying to explain to the Chinese lady. Every country has its own standards. When China supplies chaff to the rest of the world, it doesn't take the same chaff to America. I go into a shop and I'm buying a Chinese product, and to my shock, I am asked, do you want the China-American product or you want the China product? I say, what is the difference? So the Americans don't take the cheap trash from China. They make sure that it is upgraded to their level. And I move back. How much, as a Rasta man with little cash in my pocket, how much is the China? Says it is $5. How much is its equivalent? $500. Jesus. So I buy the China one. Before I reach home with it, it's broken, spoiled. If I want the true quality, China has come to understand that there are so many countries in the world that are poor. And affordability is a problem. So they produce for them according to their pockets. They say you cut your coat according to your what? Your cloth, not your size. If you are like an elephant, and then you go there to buy a cloth, my brother, it can't take you. But if you have the little cloth, you cut the coat according to that. Maybe just a kerchief in the pocket. Because of how much cloth you have. My brother, now the lady is telling the Ghana Standards Authority guy, surrounded by policemen, that this is wrong. You are using polystyrene. It is bad. It is terrible. We don't want it in this country. Chinese woman says, you know what? The whole world uses this. This is what we produce foam with. Why are you saying that this is not good? Now the young man is trying to explain every country and its standards. We don't want it in our country called Ghana, and we'll soon tell you why it is not good. My brother, the lady is busily calling his boss. You saw that in the tape. Calling. The guy is busily explaining. She's uninterested. Better still, disinterested. And hey, talk to this, your boy. And the sad thing is this. The Ghana Standards Authority went there, closed the whole factory, and asked the company to come over, regularize documents, so that they will take them through the standards of mattresses in Ghana. When the Ghana Standards Authority left, they broke into the thing and went in there and started making those inferior mattresses again. That's why the guys were handcuffed. Now let us look at the chemical that this mattress is made from. They say it's called polystyrene. I decided to read about it. Run the dossier. Watch this. Polystyrene is a versatile petroleum-based thermoplastic derived from styrene monomers. Pretend that you understand, because I don't. It can be manufactured into rigid, clear plastics or lightweight foams, commonly known as styrofoam, a popular trademark. It is prized for its insulation, listen, and moisture resistance. Did you see that? Prized for its what? Insulation. It insulates. In other words, it keeps the heat, wherever it is. And it also will not, when electricity and all those things. Remember what we studied in school about insulation, electricity. You know, when you have an insulator, you can hold the electricity. It doesn't, shock you and all. That's an insulator. So it gives you insulation. And it's moisture resistant, though it is highly prone to microplastic degradation. That is what is called microplastic degradation. And this is the formula. Let's pretend we understand. CH8N. It's lightweight, it is stiff, it is good electrical insulator, and highly resistant to acids and bases. Now, it's highly inflammable. In your house, the small passion, bam, the whole house is on fire. It's susceptible to UV degradation, ultraviolet light, sun can degrade it, spoil it, and breaks down into unrecyclable microplastics that threaten ecosystems. Utie. That's what he's talking about. It breaks down into unrecyclable. You can't recycle. And when it gets into the oceans, hey, ocean life is dead. It poisons turtles, fishes, and so on and so forth. It is not easy to recycle this. You know what it means to recycle? You can use it again, like metal. You can, smelt it and change it from a spoon into maybe a knife, a fork, something. That's recycling. Paper can be recycled. This is unrecyclable. Flip. So they use it to package electronic paddings. Yeah, they make electronic paddings out of it. Food grade containers. Food grade containers. Packs, put food inside and tick, 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 tick. And disposable caps. You go to an event and they give you that. This is what? Polystyrene. Rigid foam panels for structural insulation and suspended floor weight reduction. My brother, dash it away. Okay, hold on there. Now look at the local suppliers. Even sourcing and sizing. For users located in or near the Greater Accra region, polystyrene sheets and blocks are widely available for building and packaging needs in Ghana. The Ghana Standards Authority says this is not good for our health. It destroys the ecosystem. Therefore, we don't need this. Dash it away. But the Chinese are saying, but the whole world, this is what we use. We have been told several times that the food packs, they are not very healthy. The disposable cups made from polystyrene and all that, they are not too healthy. But they are allowed in the country. Now, Ghana Standards Authority has opened our eyes to the fact that, my brother, my sister, it is not all about electricity, roads, and good economy. It's also about the health, the biggest human resource. Because health is wealth. Thanks so much to the Ghana Standards Authority. Now, those people arrested, what is going to happen to them? What is their fate? Which people were arrested at Dawenya? Run the dossier. Watch this. Now, the biggest that was arrested during a high-profile raid at Dawenya, 5A Homes. Then we have Yini Hyangea Limited, Muda Limited, Hushin Company, and Asano Service 5. What is happening to them now? The authorities, what have they done with them? What is in waiting for them? Flip. My brother, my sister, is unauthorized to use polystyrene in Ghana. And because they are using that, and some of them are broken into the factories that they have closed, they are going to be closed down permanently by the laws of this nation. Criminal prosecution. The arrested Chinese managers face severe criminal charges under the provisions of the GSA Act for tampering with the locks for companies like Jin Yuanjia Limited, which had already been officially locked up by the state in October 2025. Listen, managers face additional criminal charges of breaking executive seals. During the raid, several individuals actively resisted law enforcement, but were ultimately interdicted and placed in police custody. And you saw the pictures, right? Now, the police and GSA task force are interrogating the managers to trace their upstream supply chains to wherever they are getting it. They are investigating who approved polystyrene and industrial polyethylene to these factories. If they were not endorsed, how did they get into the country? That's what the police is looking at. So all 5 factories, 5A Homes, Yin Yuanjia Limited, Muda Limited, Yusheng Limited, and Asano have been sealed off and shut down indefinitely with heavy-duty power locks. Locked. Large stockpiles of unapproved chemical mixtures, raw polystyrene blocks, and finished mattresses have all been seized by the task force. These toxic, non-biodegradable materials are slated for destruction to keep them out of commercial supply chain. Oh yes. And now they are investigating them for tax invasions. Yes, tax evasions. But those that are already on the market, people are being advised not to use them because of the health implications. Dash it away. Ghana is getting better. The authorities are doing better. We need young, brilliant, patriotic Ghanaians like these ones in there. They could have gone to take bribes, like some of their bosses sit down and with one call, they can stop a whole task force from going to some areas. To God be the glory. It's the Blakk Fort, aka Concession, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more stories. Hey ya, hey you, hey, hey, wayo,
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blackpot. Coco show.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we love you. If at this point you have still not subscribed to this channel, please hit on the subscription button right after that on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch us. Our number is also scrolling on the screen. Pick up the number and do business with us. Maybe you have a certain story you want us to follow up on. We are so excited to do that for free, absolutely. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, and here we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this, Dodo. My life is in danger after exposing corrupt Nigerian police. Nigerian celebrity Cries. Nigeria is one of the countries that I truly love. Anytime I hear about Nigeria, my heart beats. I love Nigeria. My mentor, Ras Kimono, was from Nigeria. Some of the big literature books that I read that shaped my life, from Chinua Achebe, Wole Soyinka, Ilechi Amadi, and more. My brother, my sister, all came from Nigerian writers. Nigeria has gold. It has oil. If there's anything that Nigeria has more than oil, then it's corrupt leaders. Can somebody write it down? If there's anything that Nigeria has more than its oil, then it is its corrupt leaders. Hey, I hate it when I have to go to Nigeria by road. And I love to go by road. I love to see things. I like to stop by, feel the sights and sounds, interact with people, and just feel airy as a Rasta man. When I'm traveling, I like to stop and look at the mountains and listen to the birds chirp, the crickets. I like to feel the breeze from the rivers, the dams, and all the water bodies that I encounter. I'm a lover of nature. And when the moon is up, I love, whilst I'm traveling, to look at the moon. But when I'm in the plane, I hardly see rivers. When I'm in the plane, I don't see the moon. It's just once in a while. So I love to go by road. But the Nigerian semi-border is the most corrupt border in the whole world, worse than Guantanamo Bay. It hurts. When you go and see how they treat fellow Nigerians there, coming back into their country, they want to take money from Nigerians returning into their own country. Are you humans or animals? Unana goat or unana sheep or unana cow? Unana waiting. What kind of human beings are this? Your own citizens are returning into their own country. You stop them at the semi border and ask them to settle. That's how they say it. Settle. Hey, even if you grow horns and you wear a crown of snakes like the head of Medusa, you will settle. It's the worst border in the world. And the corrupt Nigerian leaders have never been able to do anything sensible about this. And I'm angry. At the border, they have over 500 small stops. When you arrive at semi-border, going into Nigeria, prepare to spend another 5 hours. You stop here, they say they are called drugs, whatever. The next one, they say they are called immigration. The third one, they have no name. Nababa put them for there. The fourth one, and they are just 20 meters apart. And they have these thorns, metal thorns that they put on the floor. If you make a mistake and drive through, they are like animals at the border. I don't see how human beings would behave like that. It is only animals. Goats and even animals are better. Semi-border, the most corrupt border in the world. I've been to that border, through that border, a number of times. Africa is in crisis, my brother. Corrupt policemen settle. And they are not learning from their predecessors who retired with cancer. Cancer of the intestines. Cancer of the scrotum. Cancer of the throat. Hey, they can't even eat food from the stolen money during their tenure. They have cancer. They put a tube through their anus to feed them. These guys are not learning. That is from the bad behavior, the stealing, that they are getting all these cancers. It's not scientifically proven, but it is spiritually proven. There's a Nigerian comedian. They call him MC Okrika. This guy, a lot of people know him. He will let you crack your ribs. You will laugh from morning till night. Nigeria has some of the best comedians in the world. Nigeria is a country that is more endowed than America with talent. But instead of using the talent in the right way, they use it for 419. Now they have even graduated from 419. They are 4110. Waiting, they happen. This is MC Okrika. Have you seen him before? Hey, this guy decided that he will contribute his quota, no matter how small, to change the story of Nigeria. So he decided to pick his phone and go through some of these borders to find out what is happening here. What is happening here? What is happening here?
Why this checkpoint?
He went to the Itung area in Nigeria. And he saw policemen taking money from farmers. We live in this village, 100 meters away. We are walking. They have come to put a border there, a barrier. So the farmers even coming in would have to settle. He even found one policeman doing something. And I want you to see it for yourself. Nigeria, waiting they happen. Why would not they do that? Una want buy everybody. Waiting they happen. I will change them for una. Watch this.
Harass people, collect money from people.
People where they go farm.
People where they go farm. Why this checkpoint, sir? What is the reason for this checkpoint?
Can we know you?
My name is MC Okrika. What is the reason for this checkpoint? Yes, we want to see the DPO, want to know the reason for this checkpoint. And as the IG not said, when you are on duty, you should be on your uniform.
And your name tag.
And your name tag.
Is that what you got for?
Yes, that's what I came for.
Okay, but you have seen this as a policeman.
As a policeman, how? Who told you that? Who told you that this shows? Who told you that this shows that you are a policeman? Okay, move this rappers.
Okay.
Who told you?
Okay,
Who told you? And okay, why were you harassing that boy? Why were you beating that boy? Why were you beating the boy that was going to farm? Yet some days back, why were you beating the boy that was going to farm? And what are you holding on your hand? What are you holding as a policeman? What are you holding? You are the one harassing people. You are the one holding. You are the one holding Indian hem in your hand, Abi.
No.
You are the one harassing people. You are the one holding Indian hem on your hand, Abi. As a policeman, stand now. Show me. Look at you putting Indian hem on your. Look at you. Look at a police officer. A police officer. A police officer with Indian hem on your hand, and you are the one harassing people. Okay? You want to know the reason of this checkpoint? Yes. Why this checkpoint? One are they always?
It's shameful. This is MC Okrika. He went to the Ecom Itum area there. And this was what he saw. How many more of these illegal, stupid checkpoints are in Nigeria? A village like that, what is there? Farmers. When they go to the farm, they are taxed. When they are returning, they have to settle. And you saw him holding something. Now, the comedian, MC Okrika, decided to put this video out. To those of you who do not know this guy, can I run you a short dose here? Run the dose here. Watch this. MC Okrika, his real name is Michael Okongo. He is an emerging Nigerian digital content creator, stand-up comedian, and grassroots activist based in Cross River State. Cross River. He gained widespread national prominence in May this month, 2026, after filming and exposing corrupt police officers. His real name is Michael Okongo, aka MC Okrika. He is from the Cross River State, Nigeria. And his primary location is Itong local government areas. He is an event MC, digital creator, and social activist. Of course, comedian extraordinaire. This is the guy we're talking about. He does comedy. Hey, now see what he did. He shot to national fame when he boldly challenged police officers at the checkpoint in the Itung axis. The police officers had allegedly extorted 150,000 naira from a local farmer simply because they found a lighter in his farm bag. Maybe he was going to catch grass cutters. 150,000. And when they took the money, they all had lighters in their pockets ready to smoke kai. And he had security threats. And it was published by the Daily Post Nigeria. Yes. Run it. Daily Post. My life is at risk. This is comedian MC Okrika crying out. Hey, he was bold enough to go to this criminal, corrupt Nigerian police, telling them, what is this checkpoint for? Why are you holding kai? Why are you doing this? They could have just turned their guns at him, finished him, and used his body for ungongo. Buy him. But he was bold. The spirit of Nigeria, patriotism, was burning inside him, and he wanted to see things happen. I tried to reach him to talk to him. He's still running around hiding because the Nigerian police is after him. But let's watch him tell us his predicament after exposing this corrupt act. Watch this.
All right, so I'm calling on the IG of police. I'm calling on the CP, the Commissioner of Police Cross River State Chapter. I'm calling on the government of Cross River State. And if you watch me very well, you will know say throughout, maybe I no get rest. I've never been on pressure like what happened yesterday. I discovered now that the police force is the highest corrupt place. And as I speak with you, my life is at risk. My life is totally at risk. Why? Because I expose the evil we police they do. Why? Because I see police hold Indian hem, a video and come online. Why? Because police harassed a young man and collected monies from him, and I decided to bring it out because I could no longer hide it and I can no longer keep it every day reporting to a channel for corrections. My life is at risk. So if anything happens to me, you watching this video, if you like what we did, even if you don't like what we did, be the enemy of this video, just share the video. If anything happens to me, the police force should be held accountable because I know the threat I have received. I know the calls I have received. Then we say the country will be fine. The country can never be fine. Because when you expose evil, evil comes for you. I know the calls I have received. I know the pressure. Yes. Like this man you see here on my screen. I think even that, I don't know how he got my number. He gave me time. He gave me time that I'm going to exist. For me going to the police checkpoint. He gave me time. He gave me specific time that I'm going to leave. I don't know how I got my number. The number he used in calling me, I tried reaching back the number, no way. So basically, the police are after my life right now. Yes, the police, the Nigerian police force, Cross River State, they are after my life. Because I exposed a man holding Indian hem. I expose a man with Indian hem. I expose a man brutalizing somebody. This was when I got the man.
And what are you holding on your hand? What are you holding as a policeman?
MC Okrika. He said the Nigerian police, Cross River State, is after his life. The earlier policeman you saw, a big guy, called him and threatened him and gave him time that he would not live beyond. And in Nigeria, it's almost like in Jamaica. When you threaten, you live by your word. Well, information reaching me is that he's getting some police protection, but it's interesting. The same people who are after his life are the same people protecting him. The same police that beats people up for smoking Indian hemp is smoking Indian hemp. Is that not a conundrum? It's a paradox. Well, to MC Okrika, as you said in your own video, when you expose evil, evil will come after you. How many more MC Okrikas do we need in Nigeria to change the story of that beautiful country that has been messed up by that sleeping president? What's his name again? Bola Tinubu. One of the presidents with no common sense. Not ready to make Nigeria work again. Nigeria, where is your revolutionary power? Nigeria, you used to lead the whole of Africa with patriotism. You used to stand with Nigeria and make Nigeria an enviable country. Today you have sold it to the dogs. Corrupt leaders, right from the head all the way down. Drug barons are your leaders now. You can do better than that. Una mess up. Niger, una mess up. Waiting the soap. Una mess up. Una go buy one after the other. If una no stop mess up. Is the Black Pot. AKA Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 5. Watch this. Dodo. Lone Ghana returnee from South Africa honored with quick response. We told you a story about a Ghanaian in South Africa yesterday who went to the airport, and then there was no plane to bring him to Ghana and all that, and how the Foreign Affairs Ministry of Ghana has actually postponed the whole evacuation exercise. Now, for those who have not followed this, South Africans are chasing everybody out of South Africa that they call foreigners. That's if they are kind to you, they call you a foreigner. Or else they have their own local term for it. Kwere kwere. Kwere kwere. That's how they call them. They have a certain operation called Operation Dudula. That means operation chase them out, cut them off. And they think their problem is people coming into the country that they call foreigners, black people. It has nothing to do with the Afrikaners who own over 80% of the economy. No, their problem is with the Kwere Kwere who helped and fought to give them independence. Now this guy here is called Nkosi Kona. He has a nickname that is long to pronounce, but I like it. He says, Fake Lumtakati. Fake Lumtakati. And that means chase the witches and the wizards. Feed evil. Feed evil and the evil ones. He has become a celebrity all of a sudden by South African standards, just because he is visiting the so-called Kwere Kwere with harm and disrespect. He has all these people following him. He commands them alongside a certain lady called Queen V or Jacinta. Sometimes they beat people on the streets. They've given them up to the 30th of June to have everybody go away. This guy originally is an actor. He's had some TV programs. He's all of a sudden become so popular because of this thing that he does every day. They claim the Kwere Kweres are taking their jobs, they are taking their women, and they are feeding the nation with drugs. So they want them out. Now they are not even talking about illegal immigrants. They say whether you have papers or not, leave their country. My brother, and the police stand there. Just watch how the police is standing there and how this guy is beating and whipping people. Just watch this. Look, sharp, sharp. He's whipped some people, so-called Kwere Kwere. They have run away. And then the police is standing right there watching this idiot beat people on the streets of South Africa. And he's made it clear. Nobody can stop them because their numbers outnumber the police in South Africa. And when they say yes, police cannot say anything. My brother, my sister, I pray that they do not turn them into the Marikama miners. When these white guys get angry, they can turn their guns on these guys, flatten all of them like they did at the Marikana mine a few years back. I pray it doesn't happen, because they are soon going to get out of order. They are already out of order. when they finish attacking Kwere, the next people they would attack are the Afrikaners. Take it as a prophecy. And that's when apartheid will return to South Africa. I don't want to see it happen. And that's him. I need you to listen to him, introduce himself. They invaded the Somali embassy right there inside South Africa. And I want you to listen to what this guy, Nkosi Kona, tells the ambassador. Watch this.
Nkosi Kona, I'm popularly known as Upagelu Mtagati. I'm the regiment's leader for the KwaZulu-Natal, mainly in the north of KwaZulu-Natal, in Wanongoma. I have so much respect for everyone. I respect every person coming from different countries. But I was also taught to be a man, Mr. Ambassador. I was taught to be a man. I was thoroughly taught to be a man. I know what is a man, and that's what I stand for. The reason why I'm sitting before you now, firstly, the reason why we are sitting down, this is a sign of peace in Zulu culture. When you are talking to elders, you must sit down. When you're talking to people that you respect and you want them to listen, you always sit down. First, we want to address the xenophobia thing that is perpetrated in the social media, that Zulus are tribalistic and also we are xenophobic. We are not xenophobic, sir. If now that the police are here, are present, I would want us, if we had time, I would ask us to go to Sunnyside. If you say South Africans are xenophobic, I would ask you now here in Pretoria, I will ask you, Mr. Ambassador, to go with me, with the police, to Sunnyside right now. I will point out a building that some of your people are staying there. They are selling drugs, they're forcing our kids to do prostitution, they are extorting money from South Africa and sending it in their countries. Now, let's say we were xenophobic. This ambassador house wouldn't be here. Let's say we were xenophobic. You would not be here in South Africa. So let us do away with this question of xenophobia. Let us face the reality. Let us go to Hillbrow in Gauteng. Go and see there the sons and daughters of South African men, prominent men, police officers, principals, lawyers, nurses, and everyone. They are hobos. They are paras. They are called paras here. That is not xenophobia. Every man that was taught to be a man in their country, they would feel pain for that. Because you see a same boy that is the same age as your son. He's in drugs because of an illegal foreigner. Not all of them. But we are saying as South Africans, let us sort out our borders, because the problem starts with Home Affairs. Now, if you are going to address Home Affairs will give you technical answers and tick a box and give you formality speeches and all that nonsense. That's why we are in the street, Mr. Man. And now the biggest problem why we are here now today is because on Sunday or Saturday?
Yeah, Sunday. I was there. 17 May.
The Somalis had a gathering, and in their post they put a coat of arms, which is treason to use that, because you are sending the wrong message to other countries. You are actually telling the other countries that you have taken over the country. You are telling your brothers in Somali that South Africa belongs to you now, because you are using the coat of arms. We are not even supposed to play with that thing. It is a national symbol. It is a sacred national symbol. But your brothers, Mr. Ambassador, used it. And these guys in that meeting, they discussed my name. They said I'm supposed to be killed because I came up with the date, the 30 June 2026, to say all foreigners, Mr. Ambassador, all illegal foreigners and foreigners must come out of the country We want to help the government, South African government, because we are voting for them. We are paying tax. We want to help them sort out the borders, home affairs, immigration, customs, and the policing system and border patrol. That is all we want to do. We are not saying, we have never said we are going to kill anyone. Since we started this march 1 year, 6 months ago, we've never killed anyone. We've never hit anyone. We are marching and showing the government that, government, please listen to us. We have problems in townships. We don't stay in areas like this. Somebody was killed yesterday in my village. Up until now, the police have not come to that house, because there are no resources in the police station. But we are saying peacefully we are coming to see the Mr. Ambassador. We got 200 police. That means police are here in South Africa. They are here. They are available. But they are not available for, I'm sorry police, I'm very good friends with you, peace officers. I'm very good friends with police. I love police. But I have to say this. All of a sudden, there's enough police in Pretoria. When there is no, right now as we speak, if we stand up here, I'm saying let's stand up here and go to Sunnyside right now. I will point a building and I will tell you there's prostitution and drugs and illegal immigrants in this building. But trust me, this whole year is going to go without anything being done. But the police are available. Who orders the police to come to our marches and try and stop us from what we are doing? Who orders them? Who doesn't order the police to go and investigate that a boy in Soweto has been killed by Somalis and Pakistanis because of the tuck shop? Why are they not investigating that? Why for the whole year nobody's been arrested for that, but the boy passed away, a South African, killed because Somalis and Pakistanis want a tuck shop or a spaza shop. So we are saying we are very peaceful. We are very peaceful and we will continue to be peaceful. But we will still achieve the same results that we want to achieve for this country. We are going to make sure that, Mr. Ambassador, all the Somalis that are not here in South Africa legally, please, Mr. Ambassador, deport them, find them and deport them. All the people from Somalia that are committing crimes in South Africa, help the police, find them, hand them over to the police, let them be arrested and be deported. Because why all of a sudden everybody is available for this one? When our people are suffering that side, nobody is available. That's why we are availing ourselves. We are going to continue to be peaceful. We will never attack any Somali, but Somalis must respect us. If you marry a girl, if you have a girlfriend here in South Africa, Mr. Ambassador, you go and introduce yourself to your parents. And you don't go out with an underage girl. There's shops, your Somali guys that are owning shops, they are sleeping with young girls. You find young girls standing there in the doors sucking stick sweets because they are giving them stick sweets as a token of appreciation that they had sex with them. We can't have that in South Africa. We can't be diplomatic about anything right now. We don't want long speeches anymore. We want action and we want our country back. And you as ambassadors, you must please help us. We are sitting down because it's a sign of peace. We are sitting down because we respect you. We can stand up, sir. I want this to go on record. We can stand up.
We can stand up and we can march into your embassy there, ransack the whole place, destroy everything, and nothing would happen. Wow. Those were his words. They could walk in there, ransack the whole place. No more diplomacy. Right now, every embassy, my brother, my sister, in countries around the world are seen as sovereign properties of the countries that are in there. So policemen cannot get up and go into the Nigerian embassy just like that. It's also seen as Nigeria is a sovereign state. But they say they could march in there and nothing would happen. Police is sitting down there watching. My brother, they say they are taking back their country. There are crimes and it's foreigners who are committing the crimes. Drugs, having sex with little girls. murder and all that, and it's all about foreigners. So they should all leave. Anyway, so the Ghanaian authorities decided that they'll go in there with aeroplanes and carry our brothers and sisters from there back to Ghana. It's a wake-up call for us to be able to work harder. It's a wake-up call for us to be able to fix our countries. Oh yes, xenophobia is terrible, but bad as it is also a wake-up call for us to be able to do our work. Now, it turned out that the Ghanaian gentleman who went to the OR Tambo airport to pick a flight and run to Ghana was misled. He didn't know the right date. The Ghana consulate in South Africa got in contact with him. And this was the conversation that ensued between them. At the end of the day, he had a pat on his shoulder and he's going to get a big favor. Watch this.
So record that it is not the High Commission that asked you to go to the airport. You went to the airport on your own.
Well, I heard it from that is why. From the group.
But not the High Commission. The Ghana High Commission.
It's the same group. No, it's not the same group. We're coming here. The group, I spoke to him on our way here. So there's a flyer and an audio attached to it. Flight time, check-in time, everything is on the flyer, and there's an audio attached to it. Why not? Do you understand? Yes. Yes, I need to show it to my smiles.
Listen,
there's a flyer.
There's a flyer. So where is it? This is Ghana community.
Yeah, Ghana community council.
Friend, they just bring so let's bring into this. I wonder, friend, this is not. I don't even know this group. So this is not
Ghana community
concern SA2. And so they told you that it's Ghana High Commission.
No, and they didn't tell me, but they said everything from Ghana High Commission. They also bring it. They also bring it. Even they share the link about the Ghana High Commission, which is in the world.
Yeah, there's nothing here that is shared. But you don't know this group. This group is Manda. See, the way you said it, that no, it's also Ghana High Commission. The Ghana High Commission that didn't have the water. Larry, do you have the water? You don't have the water. So when we heard that you said it was an could you are concerned and how you said it, I will zoom into it. Says Ghana Community Presence Group SA2. So how many of you on this group went to the airport?
I think it's only me.
It's only. So is it on the group that they told you to go to the airport?
No, they didn't tell us to go.
But decided to go earlier. So let me reiterate that there's no Ghana High Commission never sent the CSH. Ghana, that's why you realize that the first group is supposed to be with 300 people. Not even a single, but let's say 299 didn't go. We were the only person who went there. And the impression is being created that the plane was there, but it was only one person okay. Did you see any plane when you go to the airport?
No.
Were you told that the plane that is coming for the Ghanaians are the airports? Nobody. Did they tell you that the plane has arrived?
No.
So, the government of Ghana is still in the process of finalizing. We checked the list of the first group that is supposed to go. And I realized that your name is not even at the first group. But I now understand the agency with which you have to go. So I'll speak to the consular officer to put you on the list, the first 300. I know that you want to go and see your mother. I know that you want to go and see.
Well, so the gentleman was misled. He went to the airport, no plane. Now the whole evacuation thing has been postponed because of logistics and all that. They have to get papers and all that from the South African government. Now the consular says that because of the urgency with which you want to travel, even though you are not in the first batch, we will include you so you can go home and join your family. My brother, we'll ask the last question. Again, when they come home, what do we have in place for them? Are the jobs there? Can we have a special plan for them? Mahama is doing so well, working so hard. But some of these emergencies, we must have a plan for them in one way or the other. Thank you so much to the Foreign Ministry. We are going to keep an eye on the ground. Yes, an ear on the ground, and see how it's going to be unfolded. When we know when they are arriving, we will all meet them at the airport and greet them and welcome them home. They have brothers and sisters here, if they have none in South Africa. It's the Black Port, aka Concession, where we speak truth to power. Story number 6. Watch this. Ashantis and the Dagombas are capable of seizing Ghana as their own. Change the word there to off. Ashantis and the Dagombas are capable of seizing Ghana as their own. And this is Professor KWAMENA AHWOI speaking. Professor KWAMENA AHWOI. Now, how many people know Professor KWAMENA AHWOI? This is the man. Professor KWAMENA AHWOI. He's a very powerful bigwig of the NDC. And he's been a member of the NDC from time immemorial. He's part of the AHWOI family. There's KWAMENA, there's Atu, and there's KWESI. Ashantis and the Dagombas are capable of seizing Ghana as their own. And this is Professor KWAMENA AHWOI. Now, Professor KWAMENA AHWOI is a very interesting man. He spoke and it's made headlines all over Ghana as we speak today. First and foremost, who is this man? Gen Z may not know him. But this is a political bigwig of the NDC. They come from the Fanti Confederation of the NDC. They are the AHWOIs. You never become a flag bearer if you are not friends with the AHWOIs. That's how powerful they are. I don't know if they still have that power or not. I'm going to run you a short dossier so you get to know exactly who this man is. Run the dossier. Watch this. Professor KWAMENA AHWOI is a distinguished Ghanaian academic, legal scholar, and politician. He is universally recognized as the principal architect of Ghana's modern local governance and decentralization system. Please, this is very important. That was what he spoke about. And he made all the headlines a couple of days ago. He is what? Universally recognized as the principal architect of Ghana's modern local governance and decentralization system. It means modern day governance. This is the proponent. This guy. Today, if we have government and then the local governance, of course, and decentralization system, then it's all about KWAMENA AHWOI. He was born on October 13, 1951 in South Suntrenso, right there in Kumasi. South Suntrenso. South Suntrenso. They simply say South in Kumasi. He is of Fanti and Setri heritage. In fact, he went to Okwiapiman School for his GCE O level and later proceeded to Opokuwari School in Kumasi. He graduated with a law degree from the University of Ghana and went on to study as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University, where he obtained a Bachelor of Civil Law, BCL degree, in 1975. I was only 1 year young. The Blue Book and Decentralization Now, Ahoy spearheaded the development of the landmark 1987 local government reform blueprint, district political authority and modalities for district level elections, commonly known as the Blue Book. Now, this document directly laid the groundwork for Ghana's modern district assembly structure. This is Ghana's architect, political architect, this guy. This is Ghana's political doyen. Now, in 1977, he concurrently served as the Minister for Foreign Affairs, authorizing Ghanaian troops to join the Nigerian-led ECOMOG peacekeeping intervention during the Sierra Leone Civil War. In 2000, he set up the Ministry of Planning, Regional Cooperation and Integration, steering Ghana's involvement with ECOWAS and the National Development Planning Commission, NDPC. This is Professor KWAMENA AHWOI. While working as a full-time law lecturer at the University of Ghana, he was personally tapped by J.J. Rawlings on December 31, 1981, to assist the PNDC military regime. So they pulled him out of the university and put him inside the PNDC. And he worked with Rawlings. Later, he wrote a book, controversial book, Working with Rawlings. You need to read that book. He served as the Minister Secretary for Local Government and Rural Development from 1988 to 2001 across both the PNDC and the subsequent National Democratic Congress, the NDC. So he is an old bone from the PNDC all the way into the NDC. He's a big wig, born in 1951. Flip. This is the man we are talking about. Hey, he returned to academia in 2001 to teach. And he is a governance professor anytime he goes there. And he teaches law as well. He's published a lot of material out there, including Working with Rawlings, which he published about 6 years ago. And that was so controversial. Those of you who are interested in Ghanaian history, hey, the deep one, go in there. You would never put the book down. Working with Rawlings. Flip. This is the man. And in his personal life, oh, he is a politician. And his brothers, Atu and KWESI AHWOI, are part of the beautiful Ahoys. He's married to Comfort Nada Lomucho AHWOI, a lawyer, and they have 4 children. They've done well. This is the man we are talking about. Now let's go to the tape in which he spoke and he made sense. In fact, powerful sense. Even though many are critiquing him now. Let's listen to what he said. And let's listen to how he builds his argument. This tape is only 4 minutes. Watch this.
In decentralizing, you must be aware that there are separatist tendencies. It is very easy to move from decentralization to separation, to federalism, to balkanization, to secession, and to the breakdown of the country. This is the reason why we have a very weak regional level in our decentralization system. I've given you 2 examples. Don't ever think that Ghana can remain or will remain Ghana forever. Ghana, like almost all African countries, with the exception of Ethiopia and Liberia, are artificial, or Ghana is an artificial colonial construct. But for colonialism, there would be no Ghana. In fact, it is most likely that Ashanti would have conquered the rest of Ghana. They had. It was the British that stopped them. So when you have an artificial construct like that, with a very strong empire, and Ashanti was an empire, and you say you are decentralizing, you must watch what you do. Fortunately, we have had very wise Ashantis who have not created a problem. But if you get an Asantehene who is troublesome, he can create problems for the nation Ghana. And I'll give you 2 examples. When in our youth, when we were schooling, there were no countries like Ukraine or Kyrgyzstan or all those Transcaspian. There was nothing like that. There was no Kosovo, no Bosnia-Herzegovina. No. There was Yugoslavia, which broke up, or which has broken up into 6 different countries. Bosnia-Herzegovina, Kosovo, Serbia, and them. Then there was USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, which was made up of 15 different republics, each of which was strong enough to become a state. Ukraine was part of this, so we call it the Soviet Union. And Ukraine, in fact, was the intellectual center of the USSR. It existed for 70 years, 70 plus years, USSR. And then in the late 1990s, it broke up. And each state went its different way, and we got about 15 new countries in the world. I've also made reference to Nigeria. Nigeria started off with 3 big states: Northern region, Eastern region, Western region. Each had the population, the land mass, the resources, etc. All they needed was a charismatic leader. And then they got one when Lieutenant Colonel Odumegu Ojukwu became the governor of Eastern Nigeria. He broke away and formed the country Biafra. General Gowon, who was the head of the federal Nigeria, waged a war which lasted 3 years before he could keep Nigeria together, 1967 to 1970. By the end of that war, 1 million people had died. So the lesson this teaches us is that decentralization is good, but if you don't take care, it can be a great danger to the unity of the state. And I have explained to you that Ashanti could easily be a country. The Dagomba kingdom could easily be a country. We don't want to fashion out a governance system that will give an excuse for Ghana to break up.
I thought he made a lot of sense. What do you think? What do you think? Nkrumah advised us against fragmentalism. How many people remember that? Fragmentalism. In fact, Nkrumah did not even support Togo. He wanted Togo to be part of Ghana. Do you remember? Now he's saying that the fact that we have Ghana, and Ghana is an artificial nation. Remember, we used to have the Ghana Empire, and then we named this country after that. Ghana is a build-up, an architect of colonialism. The colonial administrator came in and just picked a stick and drew a map and said that this is our colony. And we decided to call it the Gold Coast because we found gold. And when the colonialist was going away and gave us a certain kind of independence, we decided to stay together. But there were different kingdoms. The Dagomba kingdom was there. Ashanti kingdom was there. Ashanti was a major conquering empire. Oh yes, there were other conquerors like the Dagombas and much more. Today, we all have decided to come together as a republic, put away our individual powers, and accept to be decentralized so that we'll be able to come together under one umbrella, ruled by one president. That's the republic. Tomorrow, the Ashanti kingdom could come out under a troublesome in the west of Professor Ahwoi. A troublesome or two for and say, hey, we don't want to be part of Ghana anymore. And it almost happened with Yatian. Do we all remember NLC? National Liberation Movement, LLM, I beg your pardon, NLM. Yatian, Bafoya Okoto, they wanted to break away from Ghana. Do we all remember the Western Togoland, they almost broke away. In fact, even the North was not part of Ghana. They had to go in some parts of the Ewe land to come together. Now those people are going back to their history and they are saying that, oh, they would like to return. My brother, my sister, it is interesting where we are going. And Professor KWAMENA AHWOI is saying it clearly. Don't let us take this for granted. Like it happened in Nigeria with Odugu. We can have a Biafra right here in Ghana. We can have the Dagombas come out and say they want their own nation. We can also have the ASHANTIS come out and say, you know what? We want our own kingdom. So we must not bring a system of governance that seeks to undermine this decentralization, the republic, and what have you. That was what he was talking. It's food for thought, isn't it? Do we want to remain together? That means the national cake must spread and reach everybody equally. Number two, do we want to stay together as a nation? We must show respect to every single ethnic group and every single region. If America has remained united all these years, yes, we can. Canada is struggling to break away. Quebec wanted to break away from Canada because they speak French. And they want to have their own nation. Remember Ethiopia, that broke into two. Eritrea, Ethiopia. South Sudan and Sudan, they were one nation, broken apart. Ghana can also break apart. We must learn a lesson from how these countries broke apart and why. And this man is the architect of the Ghanaian governance system. That is why he's worried. And he's talking about this. Does it make sense? It's time to think about it and not take our unity as one cluster for granted. It's the Black Pots, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, we have two more stories. Hey ya! Hey you! Kai! Wayo!
Blackpot. Kukushodama.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushodemo. And here we speak truth to power. I told you today we are loaded. It took us time, the editorial team, to sit down and fix all this together. Thanks so much to the team. Thanks so much to the MCR. We appreciate you. Please share the broadcast so many people can be part of this. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, hit on the subscription button so that anytime we are on, you will be reminded to watch. We are the biggest when it comes to patriotism online. And remember, here we don't do politics. And people know that we have taken sides. We are not neutral. We have taken the side of the truth. It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo, where we speak truth to power. We're going to go straight into something a little different. And then we close with something hot. Story number 7. Watch this. I'm taking you to Jamaica. Watch the VYBZ Cartel gay dance that angered Jamaica. In Ghana, if you want your enemy to be chased down, all you need to say is barao, or thief, or ole, kromfo, ewio. And people will chase this person, beat this person sometimes to death, the so-called mob justice, instant justice. But in Jamaica, it's different. Two things. Informer, and the whole ghetto is running after you to slaughter. Or Batman, that's gay. They will chase you and finish you. Jamaica is seen as the most homophobic nation in the world. And you know who a homophobe is? Somebody who does not like homosexuals. The LGBTQI+, the rainbow family in Jamaica is not a conversation. As in Africa and several African countries. My brother, my sister, Buju Banton sang against gays. Boom bye bye. Do we all remember that song? Boom bye bye in a batty man aid. Rude by no promote no nasty man them a feed date. Boom bye bye in a batty man aid. Rude by no promote no nasty man them a feed date. Remember that song? It went viral. He was just a teenager. But the song came back to bite him. Many people believe he went to jail because he made that song. It's a song that is calling for violence against the LGBTQI family. In Jamaica, if you want the dance to clap for you or to give you thumbs up, what in Jamaica is called the forward. If you say anything against homosexuals, you will get a forward. That is how much Jamaican people dislike the gay family. Now, the culture in Jamaican music, I'm talking about reggae, dancehall. There are a lot of homophobic lyrics in the genre. And now, the man who is seen as the king of dancehall, Adidja Palmer, aka VYBZ Cartel, is in trouble. He went to jail for murder. After years of being in jail, he developed Graves' disease, which made his face puffy and has deformed him into a hunchback. As his mentor, Bounty Killer, referred to him, a proper hunchback. That is the Jamaican term for hunchback. The Dagombas call that gurugu. Hausas say gurugu. ASHANTIS say they are can achacha. Achacha. This is VYBZ Cartel. He went to prison. He got so ill, he almost died in there. He had a level of clemency. And then there was an appeal, drawing in the Queen of England. And then he got free from when he came out of jail. He's been talking God, God, God. Oh, God, 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 God. In fact, he's been playing shows all over, concerts, and he's made millions from when he came out of prison. He's probably the most successful artist from out of prison. Buju Banton came. He's still struggling to find his feet with new releases and all that. But Adidja Palmer, VYBZ Cartel, came in and he put a bit of ice on our own Afrobeat. Afrobeat was all over the place. It's still all over the place. But he's put some ice on it, trying to push the dancehall vibe. This is Adidja Palmer, a.k.a. VYBZ Cartel. He's seen as the king of dancehall. Beenie Man and him have been arguing over who really is the real dancehall king. But it looks like Jamaicans have given it to this man. It's not about your performance. It's not about how many songs you have. It's just about the street deciding who is the king. It's not about your achievement necessarily. And it looks like it's VYBZ Cartel, and he was crowned. Now, a few days ago, VYBZ Cartel was seen in a video. Oh my God. And Jamaicans are angry. One of the people very angry is conscious singer who also has had a brand of the gay community, and her shows cancelled. A baby mother of Tony Rebel. Her name is Queen Africa. That's her. She's called a fire mama. Before VYBZ Cartel went to prison, he said this lady here had bleached skin. You can't be singing conscious reggae and be bleaching. And she has never forgotten that. She said she's never bleached. And this man just put things together and lied. She has not really forgiven VYBZ Cartel. This is Queen Africa. Very beautiful singer. I like her music. Yes. Oh my God. VYBZ Cartel was seen in a video. And he was wearing a pink head shower cap, a red, whatever it is, and he was wearing a satin shorts in there, what in Ghana we call the boxer shorts. And if you look in front of him, it looked like he's padded, and the way he's shaking the waist and doing things, Jamaicans say he's shaky. In Jamaica, when you are referred to as shaky, it means that you are not very straight. Straight is man and woman. Shaky is you are neither here nor there. You are in between. And in the dance hall in Jamaica is something nobody wants to hear. Let's watch that VYBZ Cartel. Wow. You see, he's dancing, isn't he? Hey, what is he doing? Now, I am going to play you this video so you can listen to the sound. Okay, let me keep the sound. Just look at the dance move. And he's also telling everybody that, hey, just watch me. And look at the necklace. It can build 10 orphanages in Kingston, Jamaica. And look at the front part of his boxes. It looks like he has hidden 8 frogs in there. Maybe a baby python in there. Look at the dance. Oh my God. Well, Jamaicans don't see this to be funny. They think that he is beginning to be shaky. But VYBZ Cartel has always sung that he is straight. This is the dance, my brother. And Jamaicans are taking him already to the cleanest. Is VYBZ Cartel about to release a certain clothing line? Is this part of it? Is that why he's caught in this controversy? Or he's just excited? Because he just bought a mansion in Florida for almost $4 million American dollars. He has money. Sometimes it looks like it's a blessing. What happens to us that everybody thinks is a curse? VYBZ Cartel, Adidja Palmer, is the Black Pots, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. We have a final story. Story number 8. Watch this. We're taking you back into history about 2 years ago. There was a big backlash. There was a video that went viral. John Dramani Mahama had just picked up his running mate, and it was a woman. Her name, Professor Nana Jane Yes, this beautiful woman, a professor, university teacher, University of Cape Coast and beyond. Oh, she became the running mate of John Dramani Mahama, and they were poised to wrestle power from the NPP. Then they had a party, a warm-up party for this beautiful woman. The Ahwois came together to organize a party in cantonments in one of their offices there. She attended. But when KWESI AHWOI, one of the AHWOI brothers, picked the microphone, he made an utterance that shocked the whole of Ghana. What did he say? He said what he said. It shocked Ghana. Watch this.
Not prepared to be president at that time, but nature skewed things in such a way that President Mills had to give way to John Mahama. Anything can happen. So, Nana, be ever prepared, like your motto says. Be ready. Anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic of Ghana. Yeah, Nana. So, I was not prepared to be president at that time, but nature skewed things in such a way that President Mills had to give way to John Mahama. Anything can happen. So, Nana, be ever prepared, like your motto says. Be ready. Anything can happen, and you can become the president of the Republic of Ghana.
The good old professor was not smiling. She was not excited. And when she got the microphone finally, she made it clear she was not ready for president and she will never be ready for president. She was not in there to be president. She was only in there to serve Ghana under Mahama. Mahama was not at a party. But as you heard in the tape, there were some people in the background who were shouting, no, 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 no death. No, 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 no death. Many people said KWESI AHWOI had one too many drinks that night. So he was talking with Dutch courage. Dutch courage. This is KWESI AHWOI. He said, Nana, President Mahama was not ready to be president. But something happened and he became president. You could also be president, so be ready. At the time, we were told Mahama was battling with some kind of illness. Maybe he envisaged, after drinking one too many drinks, that Mahama may just make way for Nana Jane to become president. Nana Jane read it from afar. Her demeanor was not welcoming to that kind of utterance. My brother, my sister, many are wondering. We have Professor KWAMENA AHWOI. This is his brother, his younger brother. His name is KWESI AHWOI. This is the man we're talking about. He apologized later, and it was all over. He apologized to J.E.A. Mills, the president who passed on, and also apologized to John Dramani Mahama. But the harm had already been done. Many people were so angry that the AHWOI brother, even before the race started, was already looking at a replacement for John Dramani Mahama. Today, as if it was a norm, many others are in a hurry to replace John Dramani Mahama. Yes, they want to. They want to. Instead of helping him to be able to solidify his legacy so they could shine better. Yes, we remember a couple of years ago how an Ahwoi brother, almost without probably thinking too much about it, pronounced death on Mahama so that Nana would become president. The same fashion, Mahama became president when a sitting president, who he was vice president to, passed on. Some utterances are best never uttered. Is the black pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. In case you don't know this man called KWESI AHWOI, let me run you a short dose here, so you get to know him in just a minute before we say bye-bye to you. So the Ahwois, we have KWAMENA AHWOI, who is a professor. We have Ato, and then we have KWESI AHWOI. KWESI AHWOI is a brother who sparked widespread public anger across Ghana with his highly controversial anything can happen comment regarding Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. And it was at a reception held at the Ahwoi corporate offices in Laboni. In fact, Laboni, not even cantonments. Yes, they are close, but Laboni is Laboni and cantonments is cantonments. The event was organized to toast Professor Opoku-Agyeman following an official confirmation as the NDC vice presidential running mate. And whilst proposing the toast, this was what he said explicitly: anything can happen. This is the story we just told you. Yes, and he implied a death wish. That's what it implied. You know, my brother, my sister, this is the man we're talking about. The Ahwoi brother, KWESI, dash it away. Well, it's the black pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. At this point, I just want to say thank you so much to you. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Hey, remember, turn every single experience, yes, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori Doriente. Thanks so much also to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And thanks to Lemfi. Hey, transferring money to Ghana, very easy now. No transfer fees, and you get the most competitive rates with Lemfi. But always remember, the key to all your bonuses is the referral code 1 RASTA. Well, my name is Blakk Rasta. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. We are ready for you. Okay? Let's see your comments. Ben Azu says it's time. Kwame Kwashi says Black Empire Media. This is the headquarters of the truth. And Kwame Kwashi says, come here. Woyoy. Dash it away. Baban wa wulo. Says Blakk Rasta. Juma Mubarak. And I respond, Hire Mubarak. For Tau Adams says, good evening, Blakk. Jason Strax. Yes, Jason Strax says, fire all over the place. More comments coming in. Send them via YouTube. They could also come via Facebook. Good evening, Blakk Rasta. And this is Raymond. And so, Agarima Akakea. He's a regular viewer. We appreciate you and we love you, Raymond. Good evening, Brother Blakk. Let us put politics aside and speak against the NDC government for all Ghanaian citizens from speaking freely. This government benefited from freedom of speech during the era of Nana Addo and Dr. Bawumia. The guy in America has been insulting everyone in Ghana without limitation to elders, chiefs, judges, and former president. He even associated one judge with the NPP, verbally abused him. He was sent to court but refused to appear, which led to a bench warrant being issued against him. Immediately after the 2024 elections, when his friend John Mahama and the NDC won power, the bench warrant was allegedly thrown into the dustbin. It was also alleged that this man visited Ghana several times and was protected by national security before his court date. This selective justice will not help Ghana's democracy. Earlier, some judges distanced themselves from politics debate. The judge who gave the controversial ruling against Abronya DC, citing Animal Farm and Idi Amin, has now been promoted to the High Court judge by John Mahama. Are you sure? Has he just been promoted or he has been promoted? Which one? Just promoted or he was promoted before this ruling? In Ghana, there now seems to be a special court for opposition communication team members who are alleged to have broken the law. Even if an MPP communicator from Bongo district allegedly breaks the law, he or she is brought all the way to the Adenta Court 9. Is that not suspicious, to say the least? This is Raymond Agerima Akakia. So Raymond, are you saying what Abronya said was decorous? If you are condemning what the guy in America is saying, won't you condemn what Abronya has been saying? Is that not selective too? Of course, the guy in America is a member of your party, the NPP. You have not sacked him yet. Officially, he's a member of the party. Yes, he says he likes John Mahama, but he's still an NPP member. My brother, Kennedy Japan took him to court in America for insulting him and using unprintable words on him. What did the American court say? They said he was okay. My brother, I understand it when you say that judges should stay away from politics. You are reading political undertones into this judgment. Abronya was wrong. But in my opinion, he shouldn't have been locked up for that long, to be honest with you. And I've said it here time and again. We have freedom of speech, but we have to be responsible with that. That is why on this show, we can hit the hardest without you saying Abu Akwasia. Have you heard Abu Akwasia on this show before? No, we don't do that. When we get so angry, the worst word we can use is idiot. My brother, different platforms and the kind of language they want to use. But we are responsible for our platform. I understand when you talk about the nation Ghana, and that is why we are here. We can only amplify your voice and say judges should stay away from politics. But from what Abronya did, I don't think that he behaved properly. Okay? Kwame Kwashi said, Black Rasta, I am requesting that we investigate and throw light on this growing trend. Railway officials and some of the local assemblies are selling the safety buffer zone around Accra Tema railway lines. People are building in these zones and posing serious danger when there's a derailment. Oh yes. Lawlessness and greed must not see the light of the day. Kwame Kwashi, I don't know where you are. Are you able to send us some videos so that we can see exactly what you're talking about? So we can locate, at least if you can't get us videos, whoever is living around the area, let us see what is happening so we can understand it better and follow up. In the interim, you say is the Tema Accra Railway. It's a long stretch, and I've been on that stretch. I've not really seen any buildings there. So draw my attention specifically to where those buildings are so that we can go into action. Thank you so much for drawing our attention to this. Zion Genesis says, so true with facts. Thank you so much, Zion Genesis. Kwame Kwashi says, Black Rasta, may the spirit of the ancestors continue to protect you, the production team, and all the prophets of the truth. Boris Amega says, hi. Akana Yozura says, welcome, legendary Black. Hey, your patois alone is something else. Okay, thank you. Osai Bedu says, come here. The Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodemo. Solly Evans says, the sweet spot on fire. Thank you. More comments coming in from Facebook, also from YouTube. We have Isaac Alan Seke. He says, my brother, you are NDC spokesman. Thank you. Akana Yozura says, hey, Black, this guy called Afenyo-Markin. What is wrong with him? Raymond Nso Agerima. I think we read your comments, okay? Anglana Kombir. Anglana Kombir says, my brother, my sister. Ni Ayi Amos says, Afenyo is just using diversionary tactics to move the conversation from himself to Mahama. Nana Ogunpower says, my greetings to spiritual president Nana Obidiaba. Kamshina Zaid says, Black Rasta more fire. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, welcome, black man. Black man of patriotism. I salute you. More fire. Michael Nuwachi says, big up Black Rasta. And Asimenu Bright says, greetings from this side. Respect, my brother. And then we have Henry Atia. He says, Black, have a nice weekend. May the good Lord protect you from Ghana. Henry Atia says, my greetings to the good people of Bolgatanga. Says, fire. Johnny, inspiration. Says, Jah Rastafari. Jah bless Black Rasta and the Black Empire Media. Thank you. Philip Owusu says, driving in the Big Apple and watching you live, a true patriot. Oh, wow. Salute of patriotism. Philip says he's in New York and driving and watching this show. Oh my God, we love you. Joseph Arthur says the truth is here. The palace of the truth. Joseph Arthur continues. Truth Empire. Michael Nuwachi says, I'm beginning to believe that this Afenyo boy has a mental problem. Help us get your doctor to check him so that we can confirm. Okay? Johnny Inspiration says, keep watching Black Empire Media where the truth prevails. Thank you. JDSGA says, greetings, Black. We are live. Why? Our country or nothing. Why? Black speak truth to power. Why? Nobody is bigger than the truth. Why? Johnny Inspiration says, like and subscribe to Black Empire Media. The truth is the ultimate truth. Black Rasta. Johnny says hi. How are you doing, Johnny? Black Empire Media is the ultimate media where the truth is undiluted. Emmanuel Ania says today's stories are unprecedented. Wow, Black. Keep on with the hard work and consistency. Johnny Inspiration returns. He says, keep it locked down to Black Empire Media. Johnny Inspiration, the only local subscriber of Black Empire. Loyal. Okay, he says loyal subscriber. Salute. Patriotism. Frida Yaboa says, Ken Ejapong once said he likes Afenyo-Markin and Napo, but the way they talk reflects who they are. Sometimes I wonder if they think before speaking in public. I wonder as well. Emmanuel Ania says, you are right, Black. Any right-thinking human should never join the NPP. Samuel A.O. Sunday Adedekun says, Black, in fact, the NDC is too soft for my liking. And that is why people like Afenyo are misbehaving. Maybe they are afraid of him because he's a Freemason. Are you also a Freemason member? No, Michael Nuwachi says, Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, please, can I help you solve your problems? Okay, he will respond. John Inspiration says, John Inspiration all the way. Michael Nuwachi says, seriously, looking at Afenyo's face upsets my stomach. Me too. Mia. Frida Yabwa says, Afenyo-Markin opens his mouth and anything that comes into his mind comes out from his mouth. What the heck does he think he is? Black, if you want to campaign against him, we will sponsor you with cash. Whoa! Thank you. Michael Nuwachi says, seriously, looking at Afenyo's face upsets my stomach. And Frida says they will sponsor with cash. Okay? Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Joseph Arthur says, Afenyo is really sick. He's jealous about how the country's economy is booming. Joseph Arthur says Afenyo is faulty. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Black. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. Joseph Arthur says, no wonder they plotted against Kwame Nkrumah. Meto Michael says, hey, our country or nothing. And Emmanuel Tay says the only problem of Ibrahim Mahama is the fact that he's not. Okay? Emmanuel Ania says most of these politicians can't even run to save their own lives. Yet they incite the youth into violence. The youth might be vigilant and wise. That's a great one. Engineer Smart Hub says, good evening, Black Rasta. Amato Michael says, let's nationalize our gold sectors. That's what is going on now. Good evening, Black Rasta. And we have Richard Wharton. He said it all. King Mugabe says, more fire, bro. Ras Okoko Fisun Moon. I second him because tickets are very expensive and you can't dress anyhow to the embassy whilst your ticket costs 10K and even more. Eric, yeah, my brother. Some of the people who wear the shorts are far richer than the guys who wear the suit. Your dressing is not necessarily reflecting of your bank account. Okay? Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa says, Smith, talk but he doesn't still pick calls for us to discuss the farm situation right here. Yeah. I mean, I've called him over and over, no response. We are here, so organized for the games. Go to what I have posted on Facebook, blasting Imukreku and Doche Malo. Eric Yao Lopez Abankwa Facebook page for more details. Okay? All right, so it doesn't look like we can take any more comments. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been a long day. Wow. We started at 7:30 and it's now about 7 minutes past 10. I want to say thank you. We appreciate you. It's been a long day and you can feel it in my voice. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Please pick up the numbers and do business with us. And of course, subscribe to the channel before you go and hit on the notification bell. Again, recommend us to family and friends. We are dedicated to the work. Patriotism, not politics. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Why-yo! Come on!